Rebirth, limited edition from Reiner Knizia, coming to us from Mighty Boards. This plays 10 and up, 2 to 4 players in about 60 minutes. There's all of your components. Following a series of calamities that left civilization in shambles, societies around the world are being rebuilt anew in harmony with nature. Scotland lies in ruins, and the ancient clans have taken upon themselves to restore the land. As clan leaders, you will compete for strategic control of the land and its prestigious castles. Draw a tile, choose your placement, visit cathedrals for objectives, control castles for points, lead your clan to victory. This also comes with Ireland. I will cover that after I cover Scotland, but first let's get this box open and see what's inside of it. Alright, we're going to get started with the rulebook first. This is the rulebook for Scotland starting. There's all of your components for Scotland, your Scotland setup, and your gameplay with the game summary and turn summary. Scoring tiles, settlements. Moving on, you have your castles, your cathedrals, drawing tiles, your final scoring. Then you have Ireland, the components you need for Ireland. Ireland setup, the same thing, game summary, term summary, gameplay, scoring tiles, public mission cards, round towers, drawing tiles, and then the round tower bonuses for Ireland with the final scoring. There are your credits. Now we have the game board. Let's get this open. We will go to Ireland side first because that is what opened up. You have your score track around there, you have a spot for the cards, you have the various iconography on the tiles. I'll be going over all that in the how to play that will be following this. And then let's go ahead and flip this over to Scotland. As you can see, a different map, a little different layout, spot for the cards is down here, and all of that. We have bags for the 4 different colors. We have a box with Ireland's cards and such. We have a box with Scotland's cards. Each person gets their little keep tower thing. So let me get this bag of stuff open. So you'll see here, you have these thick cardboard tiles that will be going on the board. You have your castles. Really look at that. You have your keeps. And here you have your 3D blimp score marker. You have a regular score marker. This is part of the limited edition. You have a ×2 that is used on the Ireland side. And then you have the little blimps here to denote when you go over 100 and 200. So you have all of that in all the different colors. Let me get these cards laid out here and show you those. So here are the private objectives from Scotland. You're going to see some of them just give you straight points. A lot of them kind of want you to have the most cathedrals or largest food farm. Some want you to be the most around a certain castle or cathedral. So there's all of these. And then these are your double-sided player aids. So there is Scotland. We then move over here to Ireland. These are going to be public ones. The first person to get it gets the most. The second and so on gets the next one. So there are all these objective cards. And then finally you have the tower tiles for Ireland right here. Alright, let me get Scotland set up and I'll show you Scotland followed by Ireland. There will be timestamps down below if you're looking for something specific. This is the board set up for a 2-player game of Rebirth on the Scotland side. You're going to put the Scotland side up. You're going to be shuffling the mission cards, putting them in a deck face down. Each player is going to choose a color. I have chosen to be orange. The fox. You're going to put your score marker, in this instance our blimp, on the 0. You're going to put your castles and your cathedrals in a supply by your board. You're going to grab your clan board. Your scoring achievements, put the blank one face up first. They have the 100, 200, 300 on their side in case you go around the board. Each person can get a player aid. You then are going to put all of your little tiles face down in a pile and shuffle them. We have the bags, so we put them in a bag, kind of shuffle them up. You're going to grab 2 out, look at them privately, see what's on their side, and then you're going to put those face down on your clan board. They are not going to be used this game. You're then going to draw 1 out, again looking at it privately, and this is going to be the start of your hand for this game. In a 2-player game, you are also going to be grabbing 32 tiles of a non-played color and putting them on the square or the hexes denoted with this little yellow symbol here. It is shown in the rule book like so. Then the last person to visit Scotland goes first, otherwise choose how you want to go on your own. The first thing you're going to do on your turn is you are going to play out your tile. Your tile is going to depict either a food farm, an energy farm with a lightning bolt, or a certain number of settlement icons such as this one. And there's the energy farm. Energy farms can go on the energy symbols or on the blank spaces. Food farms can go on the food symbols or blank spaces. Settlements can only go on the spots denoted with the houses as the settlements. You're going to take your tile, you're going to choose a space, and you are going to put this down. We are going to go there. You're then going to score the tile. The tile is going to score 1 point for every adjacent tile of the same color and same symbol. So right now, this would only get me 1 point. If I put a second food farm there, I would get 2 points. If I put an energy farm here, I would only get 1 point because it's the same color but different symbols, so it would not score. Next, you will see I am next to a castle. You'll see the castle symbol here. As long as no one else has claim to it, I can immediately take it. If someone else has the castle, I need to beat the number of tiles that they have around that castle. If there is a tie, you will go to your tiebreaker rules for castles and such. So for castles, first energy and food farms break ties, and then if it's still equal, the active player loses ties. What that means is if my opponent had already had an energy farm here, they would keep the castle. If I put a second farm here, I would then take control. If we were next to a settlement, mine would override that. I will show you an example here in a minute. The other thing you'll see is I am next to a keep. So I will take or a cathedral. I'll take one of my cathedral markers, place it here. I will then draw a mission card, keeping it hidden, and this will be points at the end of the game. In this instance, just 3 bonus points, and I'll set that off to the side in my play area. The other special location are these ports. When you place one here, you will score a point. Scoring settlements. When you place a settlement tile, so let me just grab this one as an example. Reminder, these will not be used during the game. Had I placed a tile here, no scoring happens yet. Same thing if I place it in a 2. However, if you place it in a size 1 settlement, you are going to get points equal to the number on here, which is 3. So that'd be 1, 2, and 3 points. Let me get some more tiles out here to show you how settlements score. Alright, I have some examples laid out on the board to show you how settlements will score. So, this is a size 2 settlement. I have both spots, which means I'm going to look up here at this table. A size 2, first player would win 5, second player would win 3. Because I have both spots, I would actually get both of them, so that would give me 8 points, like so. This settlement here is a size 3 settlement. It's an 8, a 5, and a 0. You're going to count how many houses you have on your tiles, not the number of tiles. So blue has 4, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even though I have 2 tiles to their 1, I would still win though because I have 5 to their 4. So that would give me 8 points and would give blue 5 points. In a size 2 over here, as you can see, they have 3, I have 1. So in that instance, they would get the 5. And I would just get the 3. Down here I want to illustrate that whole castle. So as you can see, they have 1 farm, I have 1 settlement, so we're tied at 1 apiece. Theirs is a farm though, so they are able to keep it. Now if I put this out here, I would then replace their castle with mine, because now I have 2 tiles, so we don't even have to go to a tiebreaker. Another example of that is up here. So let's say I did not have this tile. I control this that castle. If they come and put their farm here, they will take over the castle because they have 2 tiles, I have 2 tiles, but they have 1 farm to my none, so they would win the tiebreaker there. So that is how you do castles and scoring of settlements. After scoring for your farms, placing out any castles, doing any cathedrals, or scoring for your settlements, you will end your turn by drawing a tile from the bag to play on your next turn. The game is going to play until everyone has placed out all the tiles from their bag or their pile. Again, remembering that the 2 on your clan tile do not get played for the game. After everyone has placed out all their tiles and done the scoring, you are going to score 3 things in your final scoring. Any incomplete settlements, such as this one, will score as if it was a settlement of 1. So for this instance, this is incomplete. I have a 4 here, so I would score 4 points. You'll do that for any incomplete settlement, so if it had ended this way, I also would score 1 for that one up there. 2, every castle on the board of your color will score you 5 points. So right now I have 2, so I'd have 10, and blue would have 5. Then finally, you are going to be looking at your mission cards and scoring points for those. As I said, this one is 3 bonus points. If you look at some other examples in the deck, you have small settlement ownership, basically occupy the most small settlements. Ties also satisfy this condition. You have some with this one, like Edinburgh Cathedral, occupy the most spaces adjacent to Edinburgh Cathedral. And what's nice is if you look at it according to the map, it gives you a little dot of where you're going to want to be looking at. Plus, with it being yellow, it denotes that it's one of the yellow spaces, whereas the castles are the purplish color, and you'll see they have the purple on the background. So you have to be around certain castles, the longest coastline, and it denotes which ones are the coastline, most energy farms, etc. After you total up points from your castles, from your mission cards, and incomplete settlements, the highest score is the winner. Let me flip over and show you the differences in Ireland. Here we have Ireland set up again for 2 players, so you have 24 spaces. You'll be putting the unused player color on, still has the same symbol on this side. You're going to grab the deck of public mission objectives. You're going to shuffle it up. You're going to deal 8 out in a row. You're going to put the rest face down here. Each player is going to need their ×2 doubling marker. You then are going to be grabbing 4 tiles out of your bag, looking at them, shuffling them up, and placing them on your clan tile. Then still drawing the 1, looking at privately. On the board also, you're going to be taking these tower tokens, shuffling them face down, distributing them, then flipping them face up so everyone can see what they are. And that is the differences in setup for Ireland. There are just a couple of differences with this map. 1, there is now a size 4 settlement. They call it a sprawling settlement. So you'll see down here it scores 12, 8, 5, and 0. Again, I'm assuming if you have all those, you are going to be scoring 25 points if you put 4 settlements there. Secondly, you have these towers. The first time you place a tile next to a tower, you are possibly able to activate its ability. You can only ever activate a tower once, so even if I put a second tile here, I cannot activate this one again. However, multiple people can activate the same tower, so if blue put here, they would be able to activate it. Their powers are shown on your player aid. There's ones that just score you 3 points. This one is for your next turn. Draw 3 tiles and choose 1. This one is you draw a face-down public mission card, and that is going to be yours alone to try and accomplish. This one is you can place a second tile from the 4 tiles on your clan board. This next one is when you occupy a space adjacent to both of the ×2 towers, you choose a public mission, place your double marking on it. If you complete it, score double the points. So you'll see the ×2 is right over here and right there. So if I had a tile here and a tile here, I would take my ×2, choose one of these, and place it on there. If I score that one, I'll double my points. The final one is the 13s. If you occupy space at all three, you'll score 13 points. So again, you have it 1, 2, and 3. So if you were adjacent to all of those, you'd be gaining 13 points at that time. Also, after placing a tile, you are going to see if you accomplished one of these objectives up here. If you accomplish an objective and you are the first one to do it, you are going to place your cathedrals under the highest points. So in this instance, I would score 8 points. If someone was already there, I would then just score the next lowest, which is 5. If we are playing in more than a 2-player game, multiple people can score the lower value, but only one person can score the higher value. So again, my doubling one, had I occupied at least one space in 3 large settlements, I could put it here. If I was the first to do it, I'd be 8 times 2, which means I would score 16 points. The final change is that there's not ports and settlements for the extra points. It is on these, I believe they call them remote farms. So basically when you place the tile here, you'll get that extra point. The game will again end when everyone has played the tiles from their bag. At that point, you are going to score castles the same way at 5 apiece. You're going to score incomplete settlements the same way as before, as if it was a size 1 settlement. You'll then reveal any hidden public mission cards and score those if you are able to. Again, high score is the winner. If there's a tie between Ireland or Scotland, there are certain castles, and that is, of course, again, covered at the bottom of your player aid in that order. So that is the differences in the Ireland map. Now overall, that is how you play Rebirth with both sides of the map. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you'll please head down below and hit like, subscribe, ring the bell, share, and leave a comment to which side of the board would you prefer to play on. Alrighty, so I will see you in the new era.